Hello everyone. In this figure you can look at two different T flip-flop. They are negative edge trigger. X1 and X2 are two inputs, external inputs of this flip-flop. They are changing asynchronously. That means anytime these inputs can change. And with clock pulse we are going to look at the behavior of this flip-flop. First of all, look at the characteristic table of T flip-flop. When T is 0, Qn will be Qn minus 1. That means it will remain in memory state. When T is 1, the output is going to get toggled. XOR truth table is also shown over here because T0 is Q1 XOR X2 and T1 is same as X1. On the reset, this yellow line is showing reset. X1 and X2 both are 0. Output of both the flip-flops are 0. So we can identify that T0 and T1, they are also 0. So on the reset, everything is 0. This T1 is connected to X1 and Q1 XOR X2 is connected to T0. So based on X1 and X2 before first clock, T0 and T1 will be identified. So before first clock, X1 is still 0. So T1 is going to be 0 only. X2 is 1. And previous Q1 was 0. So that XOR will result in 1. So now based on this 0 and 1, output of flip-flops will be decided. So first flip-flop will remain in memory. So it is going to retain previous state. But the 0th flip-flop is going to get toggle. So 0 will toggle to 1. Before the second clock pulse applied, X1 is still 0, X2 is 1. So X1 that is directly applied over here, X2 is 1, previous Q1 is 0, so 0 is 1. So this 0, 1 will result again first flip-flop in memory and second flip-flop in toggle. So for first and second clock pulse, we can also draw waveform. Behavior of flip-flop in graphical form you can observe over here. T1 is going to follow X1. So you can observe T1 is same as X1 for all clock. T0 is dependent on X2 as well as Q1. So according to input as well as output of the previous flip-flop, it is going to get changed. Now we can identify what will be T1 and T0 before third clock pulse. So before third clock pulse, X1 is 1, X2 is also 1. So T1 is 1 and T0 will be also 1 because X2 and previous Q1 that will convert T0 as 1. So now both the flip-flop are in toggle state. So the previous output are going to get toggle. So both the outputs are now logic high after third clock pulse. The moment Q1 is changed, T0 also will change because Q1 is 1 and X2 is also 1, so which will result in T0 as 0. So before fourth clock pulse, T1 is 1, as x1 is 1, x2 is also 1, but T0 is 0. So first flip-flop will toggle and the 0th flip-flop will remain in memory state. This way we can complete for all other cycle and we can represent output in graphical as well as in tabular form. Table and waveforms are completed for all the clock pulses as you can show in this diagram. You can observe whenever both the flip-flops are 1, 1, their outputs are toggle. That means previous 0 is converted to 1 and previous 1 is converted to 0. Whenever flip-flop is in memory state, at that time it is going to retain this previous output. As we have already seen, T1 is following X1. Q1 and Q0 are changing their state. So T0 is also changing state, but T0 is changing asynchronously based on status of X2 as well as Q1. You can observe over here, X2 is becoming 1 at that time. Q1 is still 0, but whenever X2 becomes 1, so we can observe this transition over here due to change in X2. Again, whenever X2 and Q1 both are 1, T0 is 0. So, for various clock pulses based on X1 and X2, Q1 and Q0 are plotted over here. If we apply positive edge trigger pulse, then instead of evaluating on this falling edge, we need to evaluate our output on this rising edge. And accordingly, the waveform will change. But the behavior of the circuit remains same as in this table. You can try for other such circuit, and if you have any query, you can post that in description box. Thank you very much.